Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Let's go take a look at the cars.
All right.
You can see our lovely collection of our cars.
Yeah, I see it.
If you're looking around, just point out whichever ones you feel like catch your eye the most. And I'll check up the price.
I don't know. This one. This one's
one
calling
right
my
here?
name. Yeah, this baby's calling my name. How much does she run for?
Let me pull that up real quick. This gonna go for 15 grand.
Ooh, okay. I could work with that. Is there any problems with that?
Hold on.
We really don't want cars from Canada. So when I put tariffs on Canada, they're paying 25%, but that could go up in terms of cars.
It just went up to 30. Is that still what you're looking for?
No, that's a little bit out of my budget, man. I had a tight budget that I had set for.
Hold on.
U.S. President Donald Trump's administration will move to reduce the impact of his automotive tariff.
Come here.
Is it good news?
Just went down to 13.
Yes! All right.
He's announced a 25% tariff on all cars imported into the United States from the 2nd of April.
Don't celebrate too early, man. Because it just went up to 50, bro.
What the? But it was just at 13.
Hey, man. Prices are getting out of hand now.
All right, man. Let's just go look at another car.
All right, I'll get to bring you to a cheaper car.
Excuse me? Are you kidding me, man? I can't even take this to work.
But what?
Take me to a real car.
All right. You know what? You sound more of a truck guy. Come with me.
How much does this go for?
Let's pull it up real quick.
Come on. It better not be no outrageous pricing, man. Come on. Do me good. Do me justice.
25% tariffs on vehicles and on auto parts made outside the United States. Those kick in Thursday and could raise some car prices by thousands of dollars.
About $3 million.
What the f?
Hey, man. I know tariffs can be hard to work with nowadays, but we have the perfect vehicle just for you.
Ooh.
They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling and trying to catch me riding dirty, 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 trying to catch me riding dirty. My music's so
Getting straight into today's show, the hot topic on everybody's minds is tariffs. Trump's best friend and Sheen's worst nightmare. I mean, seriously, everyone just learned how to say Temu, and now nobody even gets to use it.
However, according to Google, the most recent search is who pays tariffs, which only became the most recent search after Trump won the election. So what is a tariff and who pays it? Well, here's what we found.
Expect President Trump's tariffs to make building a home more expensive. The price could jump more than $9,000 because of the president's trade war.
Here in the U.S., we produce about 70% of all lumber needed, but that's not enough to meet demand. That's why we turn to Canada and we import about 25% of all lumber into the U.S., about 4% from other countries. That's why a tariff on Canadian lumber into the U.S. would have such an impact.
U.S. President Donald Trump has announced a 25% tariff on all car and light truck imports into the country.
Just expect higher costs across the board, potentially. This is an industry that's kind of already under pressure on multiple fronts.
Looming tariffs.
So we see that tariffs are impacting the industrial economy, but Kayla, what even is a tariff?
Well, if you didn't interrupt my segment, you would know.
a bit snappy, but that's perfect. Let's get straight into it.
I would say the best way to describe it is it's a trade barrier, essentially. If a country perceives that a lot of foreign products are coming in and that it's harmful to their economy, especially their domestic producers, they'll put in multiple types of barriers to be able to either slow it down or stop it. And when the tariff gets put in place, prices increase. And again, they could fall on the consumer, they could fall on the producer, depending on elasticity. But ultimately, then you're going to see lost opportunities. Tariffs aren't beneficial or harmful. It really is a matter of what you're trying to do. Prices increase, we could see trade decrease. At the same time, if it's being used as a tool to be able to maybe get better deals, we could see trade opened up a little bit more.
Senior Counselor for Trade and Manufacturing, Peter Navarro. All right, Peter, I think everybody wants to know, is this a long-term strategy, or is this just a negotiating tactic to get other countries to drop their tariffs on us?
I think tariffs are a good tool for negotiating. However, markets are very sensitive.
Almost all goods entering the United States will face a new tax of at least 10%, and that means inflation-weary Americans will see even higher prices on virtually everything.
It absolutely is a good tool that can be used. Again, it has to be used lightly. It has to be used in a very targeted way, not necessarily a blanket tariff saying we're going to charge tariffs, on all products coming from this country. A lot of times it needs to be on specific products and specific reasons, and markets usually won't have drastic reactions to that.
And we really are seeing those lost opportunities in companies such as Shein, Temu, AutoZone, Hermes, and Nintendo.
Nobody touches Nintendo. Nobody. These tariffs are all bad news to me.
They do seem that way, but tariffs aren't always a bad thing.
Tariffs can be good, they just need to be used properly. And the question really is, are they?
Local business owners are here to answer your questions. Let's turn the segment over to Braylon Carpenter.
Hi, my name is Jeff Titus. I'm the owner-operator of Rockford Small Business, Rockford Business Systems.
My name is Simon X, and I'm an employee at Rockford Business Systems.
We've been growing over the last few years, and I've been using these young adults to help me build out this this room, and we've been using wood that we bought from several different box stores.
Have you seen a recent increase in those prices lately of the wood that you used to build this place?
It's gone skyrocketing already. And this is on a serious note. Prices are already starting to go up with the wood and all the supplies and all the nails and all the screws and all the glues. It's almost like during COVID, when that was starting to go up, you could see that start to happen.
I mean, we all use those materials, food, water, that's kind of something that you can't live without. So those being taxed, again, it'll definitely hurt the pocket.
Why would I want to pay for something that's like, half the price of something that's double the price, right? Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
I mean, why not pay a third of the price of something that's 10 times the price,
right? Divided
by 4. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It doesn't to me.
I think the prices of the wood that we use here, I think the prices are going to go up and they're not going to go back down, and that, might affect my wages. My owner, Jeff, might not be able to pay me just as much as he did before. So obviously the pay cut, I just got a new car. It's got a bigger gas tank, less mileage. So, I gotta pay for gas and pay for my noodles and company addiction. So I think it will really affect me.
We get a lot of our, like our chips that go on the back of toner cartridges. Our toner cartridges themselves are parts. They all come from China or Mexico. Not a lot of stuff comes from Canada. But now we get to pay more. We get to buy it from American-made companies, and hopefully, cross my fingers, because everything made in America sucks, these things will be defective and break more often. That means I can do more service calls on them and make more money. I'm afraid that the only thing is that like the one thing that really does worry me is that like things made in America kind of suck. You know, I think like a lot of the quality, anything American made is just bad. I mean, things we're getting from China are just great. I mean, things that are, you know, you could get them, they come in and then they like break down every so often, and then you'd have to buy new ones. So these companies that make a lot of the toner and chips and parts for, they've been doing this for years and years and years, and they really know what they're doing. So it's time to really kind of tear that all up and just start from scratch and like just start seeing what the hell American companies can do. Brand new out of the box. Let's see what they can do.
That's true.
You know?
Could open up new doors. Or
Oh yeah,
could shut a big
open up
one.
new doors.
We're gonna have to figure it out.
Or it could cause me to go completely bankrupt because my customers will be so pissed off at me that they'll just go elsewhere.
I mean, I think with all foreign-made products, you know, being taxed and the prices going up, Americans are going to start looking for American-made products, and demand goes up, and that means price goes up. So it definitely is going to affect the economy. I don't know if it'll be positive or negative.
Do you think this is stressful for you, or do you think like
it's extremely stressful? I don't know what to tell you. These tariffs are just like gone off the deep end. I don't even know why, what they're for, why, who, what, when, where. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, if these tariffs don't go away, I don't know what I'm going to do. Mm-hmm. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to close up shop. We're all going to have to close up shop. Me and all the little guys out there. These tariffs are just taking control.
So large companies are raising their prices and local business owners are afraid.
Yes, but what about cars? Personally, I know I'm looking to buy one soon, and I'm worried about how this will affect me as a buyer.
And fair enough. Sadly, it's starting to look like the intro to today's show isn't too far off from reality.
You're telling me. Luckily, Adriano and Brianna made a segment about it, so let's go check it out.
I fix cars and I sell cars, and the prices of both have gone up because the demand has gone up.
How will the new tariff impact the auto industry and car sales?
It should have a pretty significant impact. I've received many emails from my vendors encouraging us to purchase anything that we know that we're going to stock long term, make those purchases sooner than later, because when those tariffs take effect, there's going to be immediate price increases on any imported parts, which most automotive parts are imported. The traditionally made in America parts, we're finding a lot of those have made in China stamped on them when we open up the box as well. So almost everything we do, the parts, materials, price is going to go up. A brake job, which is a pretty standard repair that we do. When I first started, and I own my own business here, brake job would cost my customers with new pads, new rotors, probably about $175. And now my cost is probably about $150 to $175 just in materials. So now it's costing a customer closer to $400. I guess I'm hoping that the intended reason for the tariffs is to bring manufacturing back so people can get paid better domestically to do the same thing. I think short term it's going to hurt a lot. I think it's going to cause inflation. If it does its intended, if the intended purpose comes through, long term I think it'll help. I don't think it'll ever deflate, but I definitely think that if we can bring more jobs domestically, I think that will help our country. I don't know that this is the best way to execute it, but we're all in the same boat, so I'm hoping that it works out well, but I don't have terribly high hopes for it.
So not very high hopes doesn't seem like a good thing.
I agree, but we can always use a more elaborate breakdown, so let's take a look.
The tariff process so far is probably going to end up being a benefit to our car industry. It's going to make us a little bit more competitive and get us into some markets that we've been excluded from in the past. So other countries have put some rather high tariffs on our cars in export and have pretty much said, you know, we can't sell your cars there. So some of the new negotiated deals on the tariff process is actually going to get our manufacturers' products out to other countries, and it should increase our exports. Now, what's that's going to do to overall prices of cars? I don't see the price of cars going down. Like nothing around here is getting any cheaper, right? But in terms of our corporate bottom lines, our company should see a little bit better sales in other countries, thanks to the tariffs and the new negotiated, deals that we're going to have. It does make it harder for students to afford vehicles, right? So as your fuel costs go up, as your insurance costs go up, as your cost of ownership, parts go up, it makes it harder for young people to be able to own cars.
So it benefits our exports, but not us as the consumers?
Are we not the important ones here? I mean, come on. We're high schoolers. Most of you guys are high schoolers.
Should we not be hearing this from a student?
And you are absolutely right, Kayla, which is why we have a student interview right now to show.
Just a regular car, just like a Nissan or a Saturn. Because my original budget was $3,000, and then it went up to like $6,000 to $7,000 for a used car. It's making me look for the cheapest option, and I end up getting bad cars as a result because they're too expensive for a good car. I need a car, and it's really hard to get around without one. But if the worst comes to worst, you just gotta wake up really early and walk.
Looks like I'm gonna be hitching rides for a while then.
It's either that or doom scrolling Facebook Marketplace for the best deal.
And guys, we understand this is a lot of information and it can even be stressful. So what can you do about it?
Stand for what you believe in, vote what's best for you, and make sure to stretch your dollars. But most importantly, thanks for listening and have a great day, Huskies.
Nope, I can't do it. Okay, are you still recording? Looks like I... Stop.
What if I just don't look at you?
You can't look at me. Really? This is the one time I can do